Blab's team really needs to come off with a win. Blab changed the strategy up. There he used Eclipse. He's going to use Eclipse in order to limit what Germatrocity can do as a magic sorcerer and also burn his stamina. Also, we have Low Policy using reflective scales and a bow right now. They are changing their strategy up. They are not going to make the same mistake that they made last time. So they're going a little bit more defensive here in order to win a prolonged fight against these really, really good EP players. There they get Dignified Mouse down. Dignified is actually low on stamina because he has to CC break that Eclipse every time it comes in. Also, Blab is also using Dark Flare, which is an AoE ability that does a fuck ton of damage. There's the Eclipse on Germatrocity. There's the Eclipse on Dignified Mouse. Keeping that Eclipse up, burning that stamina. If you don't CC break it, he'll just put it right back on you. There's another Eclipse. Blab is playing like Oprah. You get an Eclipse. You get an Eclipse. You get an Eclipse. Low Policy is being focused. Blab needs to keep his eye on that. They tried to burst Low Policy, but Blab sees it. He's going to keep Low Policy up. There's a leap into a Proxy Det, into a Dawnbreaker. They almost took Dignified out. Dignified Mouse out with that combo right there. That was perfect timing. He was able to CC break and dodge roll in order to get out of it. There's the heavy restos. I think everybody's pretty low on resources at this point because this fight is going a little bit more defensive. Blab and Low Policy clearly made a huge mistake last fight. They're not making that same mistake again. There's a Dark Flare into a Focus Charge. He's going to take some jabs. There is the reflected Crystal Frag into a Dark Flare. They're playing this perfectly right now. Blab and Low Policy can pull this off if they keep up this good work and time a leap. They have to time that leap properly. They're both camping mines though. There is the Proxy Det Curse on Blab. He's going to purge most of the damage so he doesn't really run out of resources. He takes a Hardcasted Crystal Frag. Another Crystal Frag from the Hardcasted Crystal Frag proc. That was really weird. We got Germatrocity charging up that Magic Det combo. They are focusing Low Policy, but it's really hard to kill Low Policy with Blab alive. They got a really lucky burst last time. I don't think that'll happen again. Blab keeping that Eclipse up to limit their damage. There's the Focus Charge from Dignified Mouse. He's going to get back into his mines. There's a Dark Flares coming in from Blab. Dark Flare does a lot of damage. He's trying to time it. He's going to purge that curse. Dignified Mouse and Germatrocity are really holding each other's hands right now. They're staying really close and making sure they don't let each other down, keeping each other alive. Low Policy is looking for a way in behind those mines, but they are camping really well. There is an Atro from Germatrocity. It is going to target Low Policy. Low Policy needs to fossilize that, or they need to get an Eclipse on it ASAP, or that Atro is just going to zap the shit out of them. There's the Dark Flares. There's the Focus Charge from Blab. Blab purging a lot of that DPS. They are just tanking out that Atro. It's only a matter of time before somebody makes a mistake here. Neither one of these guys want to go home. They want to win that money, and I don't blame them. There's a leap into a Dark Flare, into a Dawnbreaker. Leap from Low Policy. Dark Flare, Dawnbreaker from Blabafett. That was perfectly timed. And with a few changes to their playstyle, they turned this thing around. It's looking like we're going to have ourselves a third fight with Blab, Germatrocity, Dignified Mouse, and Low Policy. There's an Atro from Germatrocity. There is the Eclipse from Blab. Eclipse really hurts Magic Sorcerers because it reflects 95% of a Magic Sorcerer's damage right back at him, and it forces you to CC break, which runs out your stamina. He's going for a revive. Low Policy, good job getting in there. He could have got that revive. That would have been devastating. That would have been a complete fight reset. Germatrocity is staying in this fight, tanking and staying around his mines and playing smart. Magic Sorcerers can be really tanky if they camp mines and shield stack properly, and that's exactly what Germatrocity is doing. Reflective scales are going up from Low Policy. Germatrocity, they're just waiting to burst them. They're just waiting for the burst because at this point, Germatrocity is just he's just holding on by a thread. Germatrocity is also running Purge. There's the Meteor into a leap, into a jabs. Didn't do much damage because he shield stacked it. And another thing about shields is they can't be crit. So since they can't be crit, a lot of abilities that would do a ton of damage don't do much damage at all, simply because you can't crit those damage shields. There's another H-roll from Germatrocity. Germatrocity trying to 1vx Blab and low policy. This is interesting, and now you guys see why I say this Gladiator tournament is full of top tier PvPers. These guys are not your average players, and if you put any average sorcerer up against Blab and low policy, they would be dead. If you put any average Templar against Germatrocity and Dignified Mouse, they would be dead. But here we have a situation where we have Blab almost 1vx in the team, and now we have Germatrocity 1vx in another team. This is amazing. Also, Germatrocity is running Engine Guardian, so he's getting a lot of his resources back. They're trying to time their bursts. He's really low on health. He's in trouble. He's in trouble right here, guys. There's a Dark Flares. There's a Wrecking Blows. He's in trouble right now at this point. There's a Atronaut. He needs to get his mines down, though. That's it. He's out of resources. That was a really good fight, Germatrocity and Dignified. But it looks like we're going into round 3 with this one here. They're going to talk.